Hello everyone, this is Satish Kumar. So I'm here with my continuation lesson on emotional intelligence. So in my previous two lessons about emotional intelligence, in my first lesson we learnt about the um, history of emotional intelligence and what is emotional intelligence and its features. And in my second lesson we learnt about the components of emotional intelligence. Uh, so in this lesson we are going to learn about the emotional competence. Okay, see, there is a difference between emotional intelligence and emotional competence. So before going into emotional competence, I also wanted to give you the elements of emotional intelligence that is will be very similar to the competence of emotional intelligence. In fact, both are same. And as I said earlier in my previous class in the components of emotional intelligence, no, that Salovey gave five elements of emotional intelligence. So we let us see that also, because the title that he gives, the five titles, no, will be a basis for your emotional competence. Okay, so rather than having that idea about what the components of emotional intelligence, these words will be very useful. All are same. In fact, the four things that we learnt in my previous class was contents from this. Okay, so let us see what it is. Okay, so Salve, when he was talking about competence elements of emotional intelligence, no, he says that there are five components. Okay, five elements. First is self awareness. Okay, self awareness, that is knowing one's emotion. Okay, very similar to perceiving emotion, where we saw that in terms of both person and others, but here self awareness is only knowing about your own emotion. Okay, recognizing as it happens, and it gives psychological insight about ourselves. Okay, so we don't need to go into deep this. We have already seen that in my previous class. We just wanted to know the headings of different. First is self awareness, the second is self regulation. Okay, this is very similar to this is what we learnt in my previous class as managing emotion. Okay, managing emotion, that is self regulation. Okay, so self regulation will comes only when we have self awareness. Okay, that is handling the different emotions. Okay, controlling the different emotion, capacity to reduce, control, manage our emotion. Okay, so self regulation is the second part. The third part is motivating oneself or motivation. Okay, motivation or motivating oneself. So this is slightly different from this is not given in the that lesson, but very clearly this is one factor which will keep us doing things even when our emotions disturb us. That is why motivation is very important, and it is a very important skill. Okay, see, we use our motivation to achieve our goal, not to be an obstacle towards our goal. Okay, so motivating ourselves to control our emotion. Okay, for example, if you today feel uh, you are down and you don't want to do a job today, no, it is the motivating yourself, the self motivation that you give, no, not to give in to your emotion, that the mood that is your laziness. No, quite often people don't do things or don't be efficient, no, it is because of lacking of self motivation. We are all good at doing things when everything is fine, when we are motivated. See, when we are normally motivated, naturally motivated. For example, when a person in a Sunday, when he asks why he is feeling very down or is not willing to work, no, he said that this is a holiday and I am in the home, what to do, I am feeling very lazy, so I am going to just sleep. Okay, so he feels motivated only when he has a job. that that is why most people in Sundays, no, when they are left in home, they will wake up only at around 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, they don't wake up like the each day they do. That is understandable, but I'm just giving an example. There are plenty of situations like that. Okay, see, when you have a deadline, you work very hard, but you don't work when you are having time even before your deadline. For example, in my previous class we are discussing about what I say, 1 week after exam. So we will actually study only before 2 days or 1 day before examination, rather than we could start studying 1 month before. Okay, for that, these kind of things we need motivation. Okay, so motivation gives us to work even when we are when our moods are not to work. Okay, so people with this skill, no, are highly effective in their work. Okay, and these people meet deadlines very and they will turn out to be a trustworthy person. And trustworthy means, see, for example, if you do things in time, and if you be in time in some places, no, you will naturally have other people keeping trust in you. Okay, so motivation is one factor. So the fourth factor in the emotional intelligence is empathy. So the first three is, if you see the first three, no, it is independent skills, that is for ourselves. So personal skills. Okay, self awareness is our personal skills. Self regulation, personal skill. Motivating oneself is also our personal skills. So the first three is personal competence. The fourth is empathy. Empathy is about recognizing emotion in others. Okay, recognizing emotion in others. We learnt in my previous class. And what is empathy? So people with this emotion will be able to recognize or be sensitive towards others' feelings. They will able to forge relationship. Okay, so this skill is, this emotional intelligence is fourth. So these are all considered as social intelligence. Okay, the first three are considered as personal intelligence: self-awareness, self-regulation, and motivation are personal intelligence. The fourth is social intelligence, that is with other person. And the fifth is handling relationship. Okay, handling interpersonal relationship. Okay, so this is again managing emotion in others. Okay, see, in my previous lesson when we learnt about the components of emotional intelligence, we changed the words of the heading. So with this and in my previous lesson there is no difference, both are same. I just wanted to give the titles of this, because when we are going to learn about the emotional competencies, no, the emotional competencies, we are going to see some 25 emotional competence, and all these 25 competence will come under this heading, like self awareness, self regulation. Okay, so it will be very useful for you. Okay, for that is why I am giving this all these elements of emotional intelligence, even though I have given this in my previous class itself. Okay, okay, so I hope now you know what are the elements of emotional intelligence, and now we will go to the emotional competence. So there is, as I said earlier, no, there is a difference between emotional intelligence and emotional competence. Okay, see, you may have self-awareness, you may have empathy. Okay, but that doesn't mean you have skills to get along with people. Okay, only when your emotional intelligence is turned into skills. So emotional competence is nothing but working with our emotional intelligence to develop it into a ability or a skill. Okay, which turns into the emotional competence. So emotional intelligence alone will not ensure you success. Okay, but emotional intelligence is the basic requirement for acquiring emotional competence. It is the building block. In fact, it is the what you say. Emotional intelligence is the potential that is help us to acquire emotional competence. Okay, so in fact, Goldman itself say the root of emotional competence is emotional intelligence. But emotional intelligence, if it is not worked to develop into emotional competence, it is not sure for success. So emotional competence is a learned ability. This definition, okay, it is a learned ability which is based on emotional intelligence. Okay, which is based on emotional intelligence, which will have a effect on our performance and work. It will result in whether you are effective in your job or whether you are poor in your job. Okay, so emotional intelligence, when it is turned into emotional competence, okay, I will give an example. See, being good at serving customers is a emotional competence. See, you are working in a place, take it anywhere, okay, for a hotel or a company as a operator or a telecaller, anybody, okay. If you are able to give good customer service, that is the emotional competence. Sometimes if you are at a main telecaller, no, you will receive calls angrily from your customers. You are able to soothe them and you are able to guide them. If you do all those things, no, these are all emotional competency, and these competencies comes to you only when you have the emotional intelligence called empathy. Okay, so our emotional intelligence, empathy, okay, we learned, no, in this 5 social skills. Our social skills, empathy, feeling for others, okay, is turned into our emotional competence, that is serving customers. So there are situations when people having empathy could not do anything about others, so that is not competence. So only you may you may be good at considering other people's views and opinions, but if you can't do anything to them, that is not a competence. A competence is only when you could do something to others. So simply having empathy will not do anything to others. Our empathy only when we serve a customer. Okay, so you feel for your customer, so you serve them, you help them. Okay, there are situations in company when you are working in a company, no, a customer may be very angry and he may ask some details, and those details may not be your job. For example, that may be a job of a middle level manager who has to do a job. You are just an operator of that company, customer executive. So you could just turn that call to your middle level manager, but the middle level manager, no, is not responding properly to the customer, so the customer is very angry. So what you could do in such situations, you are feeling an empathy towards the customer, so what you could do is you could help the customer to get that information. So you do that job, you provide the customer service, so the customer will be retained. Okay, if the middle level manager's attitude is not caring about the customer, there is a chance that the customer may leave the company, but this attitude of the telecaller will actually retain. So this telecaller has the skill of empathy. Okay, and she is helping the customer, so she has the emotional competence. Okay, so this is very important. Similarly, no, if you have the emotional intelligence of self regulation, okay, to control ourselves and to do the job in time. Okay, for example, if somebody is given a task to you, okay, to a job, to finish it in a deadline, So say if your boss is giving a job, or if your customer is giving to your job to finish it in and give that job in 2 3 days, okay. But in this 2 3 days, after these 2 3 days, you have some personal work, a very very important personal work, okay. uh, Not very very important, a personal work, and you may be interested in doing that personal work, okay. But you have already committed this task of submitting this work to your customer or your boss in 2 3 days. So what you have to do, you have to self regulate yourself to not care about your personal work and help the customer in to deliver the job to your customer or your boss in 2 3 days. So this is where self regulation comes. So you regulate yourselves not to engage in your personal activity, you postpone it for some time to finish it in time. This will help us to develop a trustworthiness with your boss or your customer. So this competence is called, this is a competence, emotional competence, developing trustworthiness. So self-regulation is a emotional intelligence, and when this emotional intelligence is applied and when you develop a competence, it turns into trustworthiness with your customer. This competence is very important for your growth. If you are in a company, if you do meet your deadline with your boss will be happy. See, you could also here say to your boss, I'm having a very important work, family work. Okay, so I finish this work and I will give you after 3 days, 4 days, not in 2 3 days. Okay, your boss will get a slight irritation, even though he cannot fire you. So your boss have to accept, because you are saying you have some personal matter, but he will lose the trust, you will lose your trustworthiness. Remember this fact, because you are not self-regulating yourself, you are not giving you are giving to your personal matters to uh, okay. So I'm just giving an office example, because I'm taught in terms of management, but you could also use it in other situations, okay. So self regulation could be turned into some competence. In fact, for all these 5 emotional intelligence, no, there are some subcomponents of emotional competence, okay. And there are some 25 emotional major emotional competence, okay, on all these things. There some, in some there be 3, in some there are 4 5, in some there are 6 7 8, okay. So all these we will see all this in my next class. In this lesson we are learning about what is emotional competence. I hope by this time you have understood what is emotional competence, okay. Emotional competence is nothing but using your emotional intelligence to develop into some skill, okay, some skill. Only your emotional competence will help you to develop success. So your emotional intelligence alone will not guarantee success, but your emotional intelligence is the building block for developing emotional competence, okay. Without emotional intelligence you cannot develop emotional competence. Without empathy you will not serve the customer. So you have to have first empathy. Empathy is feeling for others. Only first you have the empathy, then you will serve the customer. Serving the customer is emotional competence. Empathy is emotional intelligence. You cannot develop trustworthiness with your boss if you don't have self-regulation. Self-regulation is emotional intelligence. So self-regulation is the foundation for developing trustworthiness. For example, if your boss wants today at 6 o'clock morning at in your office, and because today morning you feel that you are not able to wake up at 6 o'clock because in the previous day you saw some movie, okay, this is not a self-regulation. You are having a commitment to be at 6 o'clock, but in the previous day you watching a TV, you saw a film and you sleep until 2 o'clock, don't sleep until 2 o'clock, and you wake up at 6:30 like that, and you go to your office at 7 o'clock. You will lose your trustworthiness. So your emotional intelligence self-regulation will help you to develop the what you say, trustworthiness with your boss. Okay, so emotional intelligence is the building block of emotional competence, but emotional competence alone will not ensure success. So we have to work with our emotional intelligence to develop into emotional competence. Okay, in my next class we will learn about the emotional competence, and we will learn what are all the emotional competence there, because we have not seen the emotional intelligence each thing in clarity. For example, we have not seen self awareness in detail. How to acquire self awareness, what are all the problems with self awareness. We have not seen what is self regulation, how to acquire self regulation, why we are failing in self regulation. We have not learnt about empathy, we have not learnt about how to motivate, why sometimes we are not getting motivated. So in my next lesson we will learn about what are all the different types of emotional competencies in these five emotional intelligence. Then we will learn about the different emotional intelligence in detail, and finally we will learn about the different emotional competence in detail. Okay, so with this I end my lesson. Bye.